So what I want to do is I want to do another example like the first one we did, like example 5. So we're going to determine the number of roots, and what that means is our possible, how many possible positive roots we have, negative roots, imaginary roots. So we look at sign changes again. So from here to here, is that a change? Like, did we, so this is positive, is this negative? Yes, it is, so we're going to write yes. From here to here, is this a sign change? Yes. Because we went from a positive to a negative. Negative to a negative, this is a no. Negative to a negative, this is a no. So remember, the first time we do that, that tells us how many positive real roots we have. So we have 2 sign changes. So that means we could have 2 or 0 positive real roots. Now we got to figure out how many negative roots we would have. In order to do that, we got to take the inverse. So the inverse is taking -1 and plugging it in for x. So if I plug in -1 in for x and I raise it to the 6th power, I get a +1. Well, +1 times -1 leaves that sign the same. -1 to the 3rd power is -1. -1 times 4 is -4. So as you can see, Ms. Fleury got ahead of herself and wrote a positive instead of a negative. I don't know why I did that. Okay, so this becomes -4x to the 3rd. -1 squared is 1. 1 times -2 leaves that one the same. -1 minus -1 is a positive x minus 1. So here we go with sign changes. Sign change. Negative to a negative, no. Negative to a negative, no. Negative to a positive, yes. -2 to a positive x. Positive x to a -1, yes. So we have 2 sign changes again because I wrote yes and yes. So that means I have 2 or 0 negative real roots. Okay? So when you do that, that talks about our real roots. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do that table again that we did. So we're going to do positive. Okay, so we're going to do this table again, and we're going to do positive, negative, imaginary. And why did I write a total of 6 here? That's because my highest exponent is a 6. Okay, so because my highest exponent is 6, the degree is 6, that means I'm going to have a total of 6 roots. So I have 2 sign changes for positive. So I could have 2, the maximum number of positive roots I could have is 2. The maximum of number of negative roots I could have is 2. So that only gives me 4 roots, so that means I could have a total of 2 imaginary roots. Now, I could have a total of 2, the number 2 positive roots. I could have a total of 0 negative roots, which means that would leave me 4 imaginary. Remember, imaginaries always come in pairs. Okay, so 2, so right here, 2, 2, 2, 0. Now I'm going to start with 0, the least amount of positive roots I could have, with the maximum number of negative roots, which leaves me 4 imaginaries. Okay? Again, I could have 0 number of positive roots. I could have 0 number of negative roots, which would leave me with 6 imaginary roots. So let's make sure I did 2 positives, 2 negatives. I did 2 positive and 0 negatives. I did 0 positives with 2 negatives, 0 and 0. So what does that mean? I could have 2 or 0 positive roots, 2 or 0 negative roots, or I could have 2, 4, 6 imaginary roots. So that's how you would do the ones with Descartes rules. Okay? I hope that helps. Thanks, guys.